Well, friends, this is Guruji Online, and I am Sanjay Singh speaking from this platform. In my previous lectures, you have learned about charges and Coulomb's law and electric field. So today, actually, I have come with some conceptual, small problems which may occur in your mind, and you may have some doubts also. But let us see how we can clear those doubts, because if these doubts remain, naturally you are going to make not blunders but silly mistakes in your exams. So let us see this. Suppose I am going to ask some questions from you. If you want to think and want to answer, then you can pause my video, because side by side I am going to give you the answers also. Suppose you have two set of particles. This is one set and this is another set. This set attracts each other and this set repel each other. Now, if I ask you which set is the confirmatory test for having the charges on the particles, means which set is having the charges. So now if you want to think, you can pause your video. Otherwise, let's see attraction. Attraction, I told you, if you go to my previous video, this attraction occurs due to Newtonian's physics also. I told you this was the any two masses, they attract each other, or any mass is attracted to earth, and that is your gravity law. So attraction is not basically a correct test for saying that these two particles are having charges, unlike charges. But this test, if they are repelling, then of course there must be like charges on them, either positive or negative. Then only we can say, yes, of course they are repelling each other. This is one type of thing. Now, suppose, let us ask you one particle is there. This is having this much W Coulomb of charge. This is the particle. It is having W Coulomb of charge. Now, if I ask you whether this is valid charge or not, then how you are going to determine it? This is whether this W Coulomb is possible on this particle or not. So this is also, in my previous lecture I told you that charges are basically quantized. And there, basically what I told you, Q is equal to N E. Correct? And N is what? Plus minus 1, 2, 3. And what was E? Then E was your 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 Coulomb. That means all the charges anywhere the charges are there, they can be in the multiple of E. Correct? It cannot be fraction of E. So just divide this by E. If it is a whole number, then you can say, of course, this is a valid charge. Now next, suppose you have a W coulomb of charge and somebody asks you how many electrons are there in this. It is very simple. W upon E will give you number of electrons for that portion of charge. Charges are, told you, E is the elementary charge because it is E, that is electron, due to which the charges are generated. When any particle which is deficient of electrons, it is called positive charge. Now next question I am going to ask, whether like charges, you have seen like charges, they always repel, but can there be any substance or any incident or any circumstances where they can attract also? Just think of. For this, suppose you have this sphere which has 10 plus 10 Q charge, and this sphere we have suppose Q charge. These are like charges, though both are positive. Of course, they are going to repel. But what happens? Suppose if you put near to them, then what will happen? This has more charge. This will induce a negative charge due to induction. What will happen? Because since it is more than this, then this will induce a negative charge here, because suppose this positive charge here, it is there, this will induce negative charge and they may attract also. So this can also be possible. Now next question, if I ask you, suppose this is a sphere and this is your another sphere, similar sphere. Suppose you are transferring 10 electron from this to here. Naturally, this will be minus charge and this will be positive charge. Correct? Then can you compare the masses of two? Or will it remain the same? This is positive because 10 electrons have gone there. So naturally, it will have less mass. And this will have more. But this difference will be very less. It will be very less, little to notice. Now, let's see another question. Suppose you have a tunnel like this. This is a metallic tunnel. Correct? Now, you are sending an electron in this direction. Then, suppose you are sending an electron with V. Then, this V when it goes like this, whether it will increase, decrease, or it will remain the same. Just think about it. You are sending an electron with the velocity v inside this tunnel. This is a metallic tunnel. Correct? Then what will happen to its speed? Will it remain same v, or it will be more than v, or it will be less than v? So basically, once this electron moves here, it's a small tunnel, what will happen? It will induce a positive charge here. Likewise, it will induce a positive charge. Correct? Now, the more it is going like this, it will induce a positive charge here, and its attraction will be more, and naturally this V will be more. So V will increase. Understood? So you have to think like this. Whenever movement of charge is there, you have to think what is happening, whether it is inducing any charges or what it's doing. In the last lecture, we have studied Coulomb's law. That is F is equal to K Q1 Q2 upon R square. Correct? Now, suppose this charge is there here. Any charge, like suppose plus Q, charge is there. Whether this charge can apply a force on itself? No. This charge can only apply a force on the other charge which are surrounding this. Like suppose it is plus Q, like charges, then force will be like this, or it is minus Q, then force will be like this. Attraction will be there. So charges cannot apply force on themselves. Okay. Now suppose, let us see, we have this question. You have two charges, plus Q and plus Q here, and in the middle of it, you put a minus Q charge. Naturally, if you put this minus Q charge, this force will have, this charge will have a force like this, and this charge will have a force like this, and both the forces will be equal because distance R is same in here. Okay, so this is a equilibrium condition. It will be in the equilibrium at the midpoint. Okay, because these two forces will be equal. Suppose now we just move this charge here, then what will happen? Let us see. Suppose we move this charge here, this is your charge now here. What will happen? Now the force will be like this. When it was here, it was like this. When it was here, it is here, it will be like this. Correct? This force will have two components, horizontal, vertical, horizontal, vertical. Correct? This component will cancel out because they will be equal. Now this will it will go, then naturally this charge, it will experience a force, not in this direction and this direction, it will experience a force in the upward direction. Correct? And it will reach here, but because of this potential energy will change into kinetic energy, like when it comes here, then due to that kinetic energy, it will again move like this. Okay, now let us see what happens. It will have force like this when it is here, and it will have two components. This is horizontal, this will cancel out, and again this will have vertical component. Both these forces will have vertical component like this. So the moment it crosses this point in the upward direction, this force will start acting and it will stop here, and then again it will come to the original position. So like that, and this you have seen in the simple harmonic case. Means what it is doing? It is a oscillatory. Now, so this is how it will oscillate here, and we can find out the time period, figure out the evolution, and all these things we can find. That we will see in our question. This is basically conceptually just see what is happening. So this is how you have to see, and you have to resolve the forces very clearly. Suppose you have a triangle. Actually, generally in the exam, this type of questions come. You have a plus q, and suppose you have minus q. So how you are going to resolve the forces? And if I ask what will be the force at minus q, then naturally this will be like this because it is attraction. This will be like this, attraction, and of course if you resolve the forces in the horizontal direction and vertical direction, then it will be like this. Suppose these are two equal, and of course this will be your equal, and there will be a resultant force like this. Correct? Suppose if I ask you what will be the force on this plus q, this charge due to these two charges, then this is a attractive force like this, but this is your positive and this is positive, so it will repel like this. Correct? Now again you can find out the resultant of this, and resultant will be like this. So this q will experience the resultant force in this direction. So this is something about resolution of forces in Coulomb's law. This was also very good problem. Another question actually you can do with this philosophy quickly. Suppose you have plus 9q charge here, and you have minus 2q charge here, and you are asked to put another charge, and you have to determine this plus minus also, polarity also of the charge, and where you are going to put so that it should be in equilibrium. So what you have to do, just see which is the smaller one. The smaller charge is this, okay? So put your charge here, correct? And if it is minus, then it should be plus. Now resolve the forces. This is your plus and this is your plus. So due to 9q, you have a force here, correct? And due to minus 2q, you have a force like this. But why smaller charge and different polarity? Because here this is a bigger charge but distance is more here. So naturally this R will become less. Due to this R, F will become less. Like that, this is smaller charge. So at small distances, this force will be bigger. So at least one distance will come where this will be equal. Like this charge will be F is equal to K here 9 Q into Q upon, suppose this is your L, then it will be L square. And what about this force? This will be F is equal to K, this 2Q into Q upon, suppose this is your small l, then L square. Now because L is more than L, but it has bigger, here numerator is bigger and this is denominator is bigger, but due to this will have less value because denominator is this thing, and this will this denominator is less. So this is how you can compare, and you have to equate these forces and you can find out that this will be the equilibrium position. Means without much ado or without much confusion or without much wasting time, you can solve this kind of problems. This type of problems generally come in the exams. Another type of problem we can expect like this. It's a very good problem. Suppose this is your x-axis and this is your y-axis. This is your origin. Suppose you this 1, 2, 3, this is like this divided, and you have Q plus 2Q, 3Q, or you can say suppose this Q, Q, Q and Q like this, Q is there and up to infinity it is, these charges are good. You can have 2Q, 3Q, or this is for understanding sake, this simplicity I am taking Q, 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 Q like this. All these are plus. If there is no sign, consider those charges as plus only. And you are asked to find out the force here due to this. So naturally, what you can do is this K is not going to change. Q, suppose here the charge is Q, then Q, this is your Q into Q, Q dash, or you can mind, and upon R square. Now you can take this. What will be R square? 1 upon R plus 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon 3. Like that, this will go to infinity. So this is an infinite series. You can, by your mathematical formula, you can find out, solve this, and you can find out the. In another problem, you can be given like this. Alternate charges are minus. Then again, of course, this will be like this. Correct? And alternate charges when alternate, then again, of course, positive terms you can simple out, and negative terms you can single out. Other one like that, you can solve this series, infinite series, and you can find out the solution. So this is how this kind of problems can be solved. So there is not much twisting or much problem in this type of question, but don't have any doubt. Basically, just see whether what type of questions can come, how many types of questions can be twisted in this type of chapter, and you can solve those. The only thing is you should not have any doubt anywhere. If you have doubts, you are going to make the same mistakes. So for today, this is enough for today, and we will going to upload our next lecture on electric field due to the charge disk, and of course Gauss law, which is very important. So see you then. Thank you very much.